class, today we're going to start on the personal brand assignment. And the way we're going to get there is we're going to start from the home screen. We'll click on assignments, and then we'll click on the personal brand assignment found here. Okay, next what we want to do is we want to open up a new tab. And one of the words that we use to describe ourselves is the word that we would use to find an image. Alright, so for this one, we're going to say adventurous, and then click on images. Okay, we have a couple different tools at our disposal. If we want to, we can click on tools, and we can click on size, and we can make it larger than a certain size. So if we make it larger than 2 megapixel, all right, it's going to ensure that the quality is a little bit higher. Some of the things we want to consider is we don't want pictures like this that already have writing in there. We're already going to be putting a title in there with our name, and we're also going to be putting 6 words that identify or describe our personal brand. So pictures such as this, they're not going to work with this assignment. All right. We also want to avoid symbols like Nike symbols. We don't want to use Jordan symbols. We don't want to use famous people. The reason behind that is you don't want to use famous people, symbols, or even cars because they are all a brand. When you look at a Ford Explorer, okay, the Ford is a brand. Ford already has its own brand. Okay, when you look at Michael Jordan is his own brand. Kobe Bryant is his own brand. LeBron James is his own brand. What we're trying to do is we're trying to promote our brand, our individual brand. Okay, so we're going to scroll down and see if we can find a picture that we can identify. We want to make sure the action is in the center of the screen. Okay, we want to make sure that the center of the picture is where all the action's happening, because in the word layout, which is a portrait layout, some of this will end up getting cut out. Okay, so a lot of the stuff on the sides will get cut out, like you can see here. When we put this picture in and we resize it as a watermark, I can guarantee that at least 30% on each side will be removed from the picture. So we'll click on the picture, then we'll click View Image, and if you have an opportunity to zoom in using the magnifying glass, you want to take that opportunity. Okay, so we're going to just press the left mouse button and zoom in. So we'll right click it, we'll save image as, and we'll save it as the personal brand picture. Okay. Okay, next we want to open up a Word document, and like every other document that we work on, we want to make sure we're saving it as our last name and then underscore personal brand. Now, obviously, my last name's Fogel, so that's the one I'm using. You would not use my last name. You would use your last name, and you would obviously save that to the U drive. Okay, so next you want to go to Design, and then you want to scroll over and you want to click on Watermark. Then you're going to scroll down to Custom Watermark, Picture Watermark, then you're going to press Select Picture, and from there you're going to select the first option that says Browse. Okay, you would be clicking the Browse button. Okay, after you press the Browse button, you want to navigate to your U drive, okay, and then go into the iJourneys folder. Next, you want to select the personal brand picture, alright? And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to uncheck the washout check that's inside the checkbox, so we're going to uncheck that, then we'll press Apply. Now we can see that it automatically centers it and it automatically resizes it so the whole picture fits within the document. In this case, we want to click the scale, then we want to click 100% and then press Apply. Alright, we can see that the picture obviously does fit and the quality is okay, but we want to see if we can get a little more of the picture in, so we'll click 50%. Okay, so we click 50%, but we still have some white borders here. We know that 50% is just a tad too small, and we know that 100% is too large. So we'll try somewhere in the middle. We'll type 70 manually, and then we'll press Apply again. And after we press 70 manually and then Apply, we can see that it fills the screen almost perfectly. Alright, we have no document at the top, no whiteness at the top, and we have no whiteness at the bottom. We have complete picture in the background. Okay, so next what we want to do is we want to insert the word art. Alright, so we'll just click Insert, and we'll scroll over to the text option, and you'll see word art here. Now your layout may be a little different on the Microsoft Word that we use in school, but within this text document you will still find a slanted A and a word art option if you hover over it, and it'll give you all of these different options here. So we're going to go with this option here, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out, okay? And I showed you how to do that. You can press the control button and pinch your fingers together on the touchpad, and that'll zoom out. But we're going to do that here real quick, and we're going to simply drag the your text here to the bottom of the screen. Next, we're going to highlight that text, and we're going to go up here, and we're going to choose the style of the text. So for this text, I'm going to make it, I'm actually going to keep it the color it is, but you can choose any fill. This is going to be the inside of the text. Now the outline, you can choose the weight, alright? You can make it thin, and you can make it really thick. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. But for the purpose of this, I'm going to keep it, I'll make it a half point here. Alright, and I honestly like the outside the way it is with the black here. So I'm going to keep it that way. Now you have some options with text effects. You can scroll down, you can go to the reflection. The lower you go, the further apart the text is from the reflection. And then the further right you go, the larger the reflection is. Okay, the more pronounced it is. And for this one, I'm going to go a happy medium, dead center here. Now for the effects, you have a variety of effects. You can make it glow, any of these colors, or you can select a specific color that's within the options. Okay, you can do that, and then you can go in and go more glow colors, and you can select any color from the palette there. But again, I'm going to keep it the orange because I feel as though it does a nice job showing both the background, highlighting the background, and I like how the blue is opposed to the other colors. So you have some beveling options. They don't really, sometimes they work well, sometimes they don't. In this case, it doesn't look like they're going to be too pronounced. And then you have some ways that you can rotate them in and out, and it's up to you if you want to get artistic in that manner. And finally, you have the transform, where you can curve it, and you can show it however you want to. Alright, but I'm just going to keep mine simple. Alright, and next what I'm going to do is, you can see that I'm highlighted on the text. Okay, you can see the text is highlighted, but I'm going to click out of it, then click back in it, and I am going to take the mouse and scroll over the border of the text until I see this plus sign or these crosshairs, and I am going to click on that several times so that I am not selecting the text, but I am selecting the text box. And the reason we want to do that is because we're going to be copying this and then repasting it. And if we have the text selected while we do that, so if we're in the text and you can see the cursor flashing, then it'll just repost the text. It'll repaste the text within the text. But to keep this simple, I'm just going to show you what we're going to do. And we'll just take these crosshairs and we'll click on the, and this is it. This actually is the move icon, okay, or the move cursor, rather. And we're just going to click on that box, press Control C, then press Control V, and that'll paste another one. Alright, and we're just going to highlight over it, drag it, and we'll repeat. Control C, then Control V, we made another one, Control C, Control V, and now we just need to do this 3 more times. Alright, and we're going to move this one up to the center. This one's important because this one's going to be the title. Okay, and we're going to make this a little bit larger. So we're going to make this a size 48 because it's going to be our name. And we'll just type in here our personal brand. Okay, we'll move that over. And we're just going to take the time right now to press the Control button and the S button to make sure that we save this assignment so we don't lose anything. Okay, we have several different options here in regards to the text. We can keep the font the way it is, or if we want, we can go in and we can change it to something different. Personally, I'm a big fan of Algerian, so that's what I am going to change it to. However, Algerian is for some reason a much larger font, so we need to change that to 36. Then we want to go into all of these individual boxes, and we're going to triple click and make it size 28 and change these to Algerian as well. Alright, now you can try holding the control button and triple clicking on each box and highlighting all of them at the same time, but for some reason Microsoft Word doesn't like that and it slows down the computer, and sometimes you may have to restart Microsoft Word, so we're not going to do that. But we are going to change it to size 28 individually, and then we're going to change it to the Algerian font. And it looks like one of the reasons why Algerian is so much larger is because all of the letters are capital letters. So it looks like that has something to do with it. Okay, so now that we've changed the font style, we've changed the font size, we're going to take a few seconds here just to make sure everything is somewhat even. And then we're going to go in and we're going to use words that we feel as though describe us. And the example we're going to use would be somebody who's a police officer. So something we expect from a police officer is we expect them to be fair. Another thing we use to describe a police officer is dedicated. All right, and we're going to shift that over so it's justified a little closer to the right. Loyal to their partner and to their communities. Okay, so we have three that describe their career, but as we know, our personal brand doesn't or isn't necessarily defined by our career. Our career is part of it, but there's a lot of other aspects of our life we want to consider. All right, so this whole theme in the back, this person jumping from cliff to cliff, was found using the adventurous. So we're just going to type in here adventurous. Okay, so we're cliff jumping police officers. All right, so we have adventurous. Now we just need two more words, and we can use whatever we want. So we'll say that maybe this is a cliff jumping police officer parent who is nurturing. And in addition to being a nurturing, adventurous, loyal, dedicated, fair police officer, this person also gives a lot of money to their community. All right, they're really good in the stock market. They take their police salary and whatever they have left over, they invest it into the stock market. They're really good at it. They have fun doing it, but they don't just take; they also give back. So we're going to say they are charitable. Okay, and then we're going to just simply shift this over, and there you go. We are going to press the save button at the top. We'll X out, okay, and then we'll go to submit the assignment, browse, and we'll go into the U drive, and we will choose the last name underscore personal brand, submit the assignment, and there you go. Everything's finished. That's all, folks. Enjoy the rest of your day.